Hey everyone, let's get this out of the way right now. My hair is a different color than it was this morning. It's gonna fade. But anyways, I got new hair extensions, which are more copper, so she just was matching it to that. Now that that is out of the way, I want to talk to you guys about what does it actually take to be successful. And so I want to take you all the way back to the things that I weren't, to the things that I wasn't, right? Okay, so my very first event that I earned, I had about 18 to 20 people on my team, and I show up at the event, and you guys, I had so much trouble not crying the entire event. Number one, I was pregnant. I was very, very sick and I was pregnant, but that's not why I was feeling so emotional. Well, it may have been part of it. I felt such incredible gratitude to be able to earn a trip. We were very broke for years for most of our marriage. And we never were on a trip. We never earned anything like this, right? To be literally on a trip in a luxurious hotel was just overwhelming to me. And the thought that I was part of something like this, even if I was such a small part of it, I felt such incredible gratitude. I definitely knew that I did not know all the answers. I barely had just been in it a few months, right? So my mission, one of my missions when I was there, was to talk to all the people and learn all the things. So going into what makes you successful or what doesn't. So I go and I register, and they give me a bag with all my registration stuff and, probably like a fancy pen and a fancy notepad or whatever. And I was like, but I'm going to go talk to all the people and learn all the things. And so I literally walk up to some woman, and she'd been in the company for several years. And I was like, I'm asking all the questions. I'm like zoned in. I'm like, we're going to learn all the things from you, right? And I guess at the end of the conversation, I put my bag down and I walked away, and I never saw my bag again. And that night I had this realization, Trisha, listen, you might not be with it all the way, my friend, but you are going to go places because you're just literally refusing to give up ever. So, okay, I wanted to say that. But I also had that moment that day was like, Trisha, you don't have to look like everyone else. You don't have to be the smartest or the most, whatever. You don't have to fit inside a box as long as you are willing to commit to the process and never, ever, ever give up. So that was fall of 2016. Now let me take you to winter of 2016. So when I first started, I was a little bit delusional. And I truly believed that if I had a really good work ethic and if I took massive action, which I was willing to do, you guys, I was talking to thousands of people my first few months. Okay. I was like, I am going to figure this out. And so I was posting every single day, 3 times a day on Instagram and on Facebook. I was messaging everybody. I was planning events. I did not know what I was doing, but I was so determined to figure it out. And I said to myself, by December of 2016, you are going to have 300 people on your team. Well, instead of 300, I had about 18 to 20. And actually, December of 2016, my team added 7 people, and all 7 quit within 30 days. And so this is where I'm going to get to, what does it actually take to be successful? Because I have worked with my job, a lot of my job is helping women find success in network marketing, right? And helping them earn an income and build a business. And there are people that have come in and I've been like, you are going to go straight to the top. Like, you have amazing potential, and they don't. And I'm so confused. I'm like, what's going on here? And there are other people that I'm like, I'm not really sure, and they fly through the ranks and they're so wildly successful. And so I have asked myself, and I was writing down some notes before this. I'm like, what is it that truly makes people successful? All right. So number one is belief that you can actually do it and keep going with that belief. And like I said, I've worked with a lot of people, and I think that a myth that people have is that success is going to come once you're successful, right? Or the successful thoughts are going to come once you're successful or once you're a new rank, right? But what I have found is that success starts right here in your mind, and it starts here, and then it literally leads to the actions and the process that leads to big things happening on your team and in your business, right? Okay, so number one is belief. Number two is massive action, more action than you could ever imagine, okay? There's never a moment that you're like, I'm just going to do nothing today because nothing is really happening. But you are saying, I'm going to take action because that is what actually moves the needle forward. So belief, action. Okay. Number 3 is just willingness to get better. Because back to my first trip, you guys, and then subsequent trips since then, something that I have struggled with for years is, do I deserve this? Do I deserve this? There were so many times that because I hit the top rank that I would be in a room and people would hand me a microphone and I would burst into tears. I mean, this was happening when I was Emerald. I was on a stage, someone handed me a microphone and I burst into tears because I was dealing with so much insecurity and so much lack of confidence and so much, do I actually deserve to be here? It wasn't because of the lack of work or effort. It was just like this feeling of, maybe I'm not good enough. But I read all the books. I listened to all the podcasts. I hired a business coach and I was like, how do I work through these things and how do I get better so that I can be a better leader for those on my team? Okay. I didn't stay in insecurity. I didn't stay in the lack of confidence. I said, how can I get better? So that's number 3. Okay. Number 4 is ownership. So I feel like the opposite of ownership would be entitlement. We're not entitled to anything. We're not entitled to anything, right? Like ownership is, this is my business. And so today I'm going to wake up and I am the owner of my business. So what would the owner of my business do? Well, she would get into action and she would have the right mindsets and she would talk to people and she would encourage her team, right? But not waiting for anyone or anything. You take extreme ownership. So there's that. The last thing I'm going to say is that you have to want something stronger than where you currently are. The something that you want in your family for your future has to be stronger than where you currently are so that you are willing to get up and do the things even when you're not seeing the results. Okay? And lastly, I'm just going to throw in there, you love a good challenge. You love a good challenge. Things are definitely not easy all the time, every day. But you're like, you know what? I love a good challenge, maybe a little bit of competition in there, and you love helping people. So those are the things that I have seen. I hope this is helpful for you guys. And if this sounds like you, if you're like, Trisha, you are speaking my language, girl, okay? Send me the word income and let's talk about if this could be a good fit for you.